In this video, I'm going to be showing you my scalping session. We're looking at S&P 500 M&A futures. Structure of the market right now, based on candlesticks alone, is bullish uptrend working higher. I have a spike up into bullish channel working higher. As a price action trader, I always want to look for this channel so I can predict where the market is going to go. So we have nice key entry point. We have directional bias identified. So I expect new high to be tested following the trendline rule. I'm using price action trendline rule. And now I want to see push above EMA, which is happening, and some nice high probability setup, although market is going to open in 2 minutes. So we have open very soon, but I expect new high, downtrend played out, and the bias right now is bullish. Okay, so we can see that it is easy to predict where the market is going to go once we have the right pattern. Now we have a break in new extreme, so I'm going to pause looking to go long. Now this push to new high was quite significant, so I wouldn't be surprised if we have some uptrend continuation. We have a new high, second attempt to go long now, but it formed after breaking new high. So I don't really want to take it just yet. Even though there can be some continuation, I simply need to remain objective and disciplined. It didn't even trigger. Okay, so no entry here. But after breaking new high, I'm going to pause a little bit and see what is the next pattern. We can have reversal. It's not looking like a reversal. We can have correction or continuation. We're going to wait a little bit for more information so I know what is the next pattern. We may have a second entry long, little fell breakout, but I'm not too excited to buy, to fade, because our main uptrend just played out. So because our main uptrend just played out, you know, this is just temporary short-term trend range that is just about to be developed. It is not really super established. So I'll be waiting here, even though there's a second entry long at the bottom, because the main channel played out. I simply need some little bit more confirmation. Okay, we had news announcement here. There was a massive spike in volatility. It looks like we have reversal on our hands, downtrend working lower. There was a second entry short, new low here, first entry short. Pull back into a second attempt to sell of 2 key entry points. I wasn't really taking this because we just had news announcement here. It can distort the price action a little bit, such a massive spike, but it is a second entry short. I'm always more careful once there's a spike in volatility because it can sometimes distort the price action, and I'm not sure if the channel is valid just yet or not. Okay, because the news, you can see massive spike in volatility can distort the price action a little bit. So I'm still being a little bit careful here, and let's see what's going to happen. All right, traders, I just entered triple test, which is also new high, first entry long, second entry long failure. We have nice strong bearish bar. I'm scalping 7 contracts for 12 ticks, 3 points. Stop loss has to go 1 tick above the single bar to protect my trade. 1 contract as a runner, just a bonus. It looks like a visual tool, like zap back to the EMA, triple test, felt second entry long, and the downtrend needs to get new extreme. So I'm risking this nice signal bar. Okay, we got filled, so I'm going to place my stop loss to break even because anything right now is going to be just a bonus with the runner. I'm going to keep the runner around these lows because we should test the new low. And let's see if we can make the runner here. All right, traders, our runner just got hit. So we had only 3-point scalp here. All right, traders, so just as our runner got stopped, we had right away lower high confirmation setup formed to test the new low, but I just simply didn't have time to react. Our runner just got hit, it reversed instantly. There was a great lower high. If you're not in this, you can take this lower high, more confirmation. Now the downtrend played out, although there can be something a little bit wider maybe. I'm going to respect the new low for now, and let's see what's going to happen soon. Alright, so I decided to widen the channel a little bit to spike in a channel pattern. It's quite structured. There was another second entry short, but it was an inside bar, so I can't really take it. If I'm going to combine the fact that I just had to break a new low and an inside bar, I simply skipped. Now the channel looks good, so if it wasn't an inside bar, maybe, but it was an inside bar, so there's no question about this. We had 2-legged pullback to the EMA, but of course I have to redraw the short-term trend, so I cannot take second entry short while uptrend is in play. I can consider some lower high confirmation setup. I redrew to steeper channel because the trend is structured. It doesn't look like overshoot, so wider channel is still in play. So I'm thinking about potential lower high confirmation setup if it's going to form good, because the downtrend is still in play. Micro double bottom resets the count, so we have count reset, first entry short. So I could consider second entry short below EMA. It looks like we may have first break a new high. So there's going to be break a new high first. Then I'm going to wait for push below EMA, and that is the sign that the sellers are back in the market. And I'm simply going to be respecting new low to be tested because I follow the trendline rule. You can see downtrend, break new low, uptrend, break new high, downtrend. Once there's a break, I'll be expecting new stream following simple price action rules. Okay, interesting scenario here because I do expect new low, but this correction was much stronger than I initially anticipated. It also looks quite steep, like there can be a wider channel. So once this happens, once it no longer resembles correction that is clearly over, I would have to skip lower high confirmation setup because I like lower high when the correction is clearly done. It looks like broad two legs down without the possibility of wider uptrend. For this reason, I need to get like felt second entry long below EMA or second entry short. We also retraced quite a lot, so I'm waiting a little bit in case we may reverse. I still need a little bit more to getting the new extreme, but I simply need some stronger setup pushing below EMA because this correction looks quite strong, can be a wider channel, so a little bit more patient here. Okay, because we exceeded the measured move here, I have to draw a wider channel. I have to explain why prices keep going higher. I can see that there were two legs down, so the downtrend may have depleted. I don't care what happened, I just adapt to brand new structure. So definitely no longer looking for new extreme and just playing the uptrend. We had a bunch of first entries, but because we keep exceeding the measured move so much and so consistently, I have to draw some wider channel. There's some nice potential spike in a channel, but it just has overshoot, so we'll see what's gonna happen. I have to respect short-term corrections in the meantime. Alright traders, so I adapted to spike in a channel pattern. We have a second entry long, which is very tempting, but my signal bar is very weak, so I can't really take this signal bar. I was hoping for some break lower and then another secondary bullish bar. So it's a great second entry long, but my signal bar is simply not that great, unfortunately. We had a first entry long here, pull back, second entry long at key entry point, actually two key entry points. It's a really shame it's gonna go without me, but the signal bar is so weak. Context overrides everything, but I still needed at least doji, not buried body like this, so unfortunate, but it's the second entry long at the key entry point. And you can see once again we're predicting where the market is going to go by following price action, drawing key entry points, and waiting for the high probability setup. Okay, so this is a second entry long. It's not ideal because it's slightly below EMA, or let's say at the level of the EMA, but it is a second entry long. It is off the EMA, uptrend is new high. So trading is about taking a risk. The stop is quite small, so I'm risking once again. The trade stop loss goes one tick below the signal bar. 7 contracts for 3 points, 1 contract as a runner. And let's see if we can get the scalp. New high here, first entry long, pull back. Second entry long. Ideally we want to see bar closing above EMA. This is so close that I'm basically risking this. I was hoping for some stronger close, but I'm just taking the risk here. Let's see what's gonna happen. It will either work or it won't. Okay, it doesn't look good for us. We may get stopped out here. It's going quite sideways, but the congestion is not really that bad. It's just the fact that we're not fully above the EMA with the second entry long, but let's see what's gonna happen here. Alright, I'm contemplating if I'm supposed to take break even or not, because now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bars staying right next to each other. It is showing congestion, but I'm just gonna hold this. It is quite congested. You may want to consider break even, but the risk is 2.75. It's not that big of a risk. I might as well just hold it. I don't want to cherry pick and monkey with the stop. We'll see how this bar finishes though. I'm going to lower my target profit just a little bit, because once there is congestion like this, we can just snap back and pull back. So I'm just going to go for 2 ticks less. Alright, so we got the scalp. So you can see it was quite difficult to hold this, but you have to do this as a trader. What can help you is just don't stare at the screen, stand up and walk away, walk around the office. Don't even look at this, because the more you look at this, the more you analyze it, the more you will give in to your mental demons and you may take break even. So we got the scalp second entry long. We'll see if we can pull back. Once again, holding the runner just in case. Option working higher, so I'm identifying the bias. Second entry long. Pretty much very textbook simple price action. A lot of second entries today. Alright traders, we got a few points on the runner. I'm gonna wrap it up with my 2 trades. So this is the overall structure for today. We had some high probability setups on the way up if you are trading early. Then we had perfect market cycle. You can see we have uptrend, break, new high. So now we have area of development. You need to be a little bit more patient because you need to see what is the next market cycle. And the next market cycle reversed into a bearish trend, exactly as you expect. We had high probability setup here, followed by a lower high. This second entry short would be good, but there is an inside bar, so we can't really take it. As we talked about, there is right now no new extreme tested. Market reversed to trend higher. In hindsight, maybe can be drawn a little bit like this, where you have basically downtrend with the break, new extreme. It was a little bit confusing because you have so many pushes to new extreme, which means you generally have to draw wide a downtrend, but we don't really care. We adapt. There is reversal. You're looking for second entry long. We only have first entries. I decided to mark this aggressive because context is great. 2 key entry points, downtrend played out, correction is over. Just the signal bar is a little bit weak. Great second entry long, followed by high low. I mean, you can even consider maybe double bar entry, but you're buying the breakout out of the congestion, so not ideal, but decent high low enough. Break in extreme. Initially, I was also thinking there can be some wider channel like this, okay? Why I'm deleting this channel and I'm adapting to this bearish structure? Well, because I can see so many smaller bearish legs working lower, I have to ask myself why. Okay, because if wider channel is in play, you're pretty much expecting price action to trend to new high right around this area. And you have significant push down, another push down. So because we are drifting so far away from the initial bigger uptrend, because there are so many bearish legs, I'm going to delete this and I'm going to focus break new extreme. But it was not easy to identify a good bigger pattern. We basically just have to follow the tighter short-term downtrends. You have a lower high here, decent enough, a little bit too steep. There is no bullish bar pullback, but decent setup enough. Felt second entry short is doji bar. This was tempting trade. It worked for a scalp if you took it, but the reason why we don't really like it is because it's felt second entry short, kind of in no man's land. There is no uptrend prior to this, just bearish buys working lower, and this second entry short failure just hanging here, not really confirming much, no real reason to take it other than downtrend played out. So not the best for second entry short. Then because price action keeps trending lower, I have to redraw a wider downtrend. You have a great second entry short here in hindsight, but when you're watching this live, you have overshoot. So you have to skip second entry short when you're watching this live. It only looks great in hindsight, but when you're watching this live, you have overshoot, so I can't really mark it. Then we evolved into two-tier channel. Short-term uptrend in play. Correction. Actually, I want to mark this second entry long. This is not a bad setup. Second entry long right here. I'm going to mark it green for more advanced trader. This is not a bad setup to consider. Second entry long here because you have a nice confirm uptrend here. First entry long, second entry long. For a quick little scalp, more advanced trader can consider. We're thinking about for second entry long below EMA to resume brand new push phase. New high, first entry long, break. Kind of like a mini second entry long failure, but there was no good setup. Lower high too far from the EMA, so I don't see no good setup, and now it's getting a little bit too late. So great price action today. We had a few decent setups, very predictable. You can see follow the trend line rule, follow the market cycle. Once again, uptrend, breaking new high, reversal down. So I hope you had a good trading day. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna talk to you next time. Good luck your trading.